Welcome mates, I am Bloodthirsty Lord by Income and Lordy, and today we're back talking about more gaming news about Mortal Kombat 11, or the next NetherRealm game, whatever it's going to be. And in this video, we're going to suggest some characters that have also been kind of hinted by Ed Boon, so this should be kind of interesting to discuss what special guest characters or what suggested characters could potentially be in the game by this information that we've got from Ed Boon. So this should be a lot of fun. As always, it puts a smile on my face to have you mates by my side as we discuss these gaming topics. But before we do get into this video, make sure you smash that like button. We're aiming for 200 likes on this video. If you mates are new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with our content on the daily. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. It seems like you mates are very interested in these topics since you did show so much love on my last Mortal Kombat 11 video. So I'm going to try my best to keep you guys up to date with anything Mortal Kombat or anything with the next NetherRealm game. So let's get back on track and focus on the video topics. The idea of having a special guest character in a NetherRealm game should come as no surprise, since we started off in Mortal Kombat 9 with Freddy Krueger and some other characters here and there, followed up by Mortal Kombat 10 which had Jason and also Leatherface, Aliens and Predator, some beautiful characters to play, and then furthermore Injustice 2 with having its own special guest characters like Hellboy, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and so much more. The idea is there that they like having special guest characters in their games. That has now become a normal thing for NetherRealm studios to do when they release a game to the public, and especially if it's a fighting game, it does contain some type of special guest characters from other things that are very popular in pop culture. The Mortal Kombat universe special guest characters are usually something to do with horror movies, gore, or something that is super violent. On the other hand, the Injustice franchise utilizes their special guest characters to be more fun, or other characters from comic books, from DC, and the occasional drop of some special characters that do come from other pop culture topics, like Ninja Turtles, Hellboy, and such. Since we discussed in the last video about the next NetherRealm studio game being most likely Mortal Kombat 11, since that is a high probability of actually occurring compared to like Mortal Kombat vs DC 2 or Injustice 3. With all the information that we discussed just then, that concludes the idea that Mortal Kombat 11 will have special guest characters that will most likely consist of horror characters. One of the most recent horror movies is under the title of The Nun, and it seems like Ed Boon took interest in this as he tweeted something about it not long ago, with the image and caption of "None shall be spared, get in the habit." Also highlighting the image of the nun in like the normal version and also the evil version of her. And this begs to differ the idea of having the nun as a playable character in Mortal Kombat 11 or the next NetherRealm studio game, since there is potential that could occur, but also at the same time maybe Ed Boon was just hyped and he wanted to talk about the movie before he watched it or something. Even though the movie itself is kind of meh. I've heard many mixed reviews about it. But just imagine the idea of the nun being playable in Mortal Kombat 11. Being able to utilize the picture frames as some type of counter attack when someone is attacking you, use the picture frame and then you pretty much destroy them or bring them into the picture frame, then fight them, then bring them back out as a counter attack and then leads to a launcher combo. I don't know. These are always interesting to talk about the possibilities of a character being into the game with certain movesets from the movie, because that's what usually happens when you bring a special guest character. There's always notions back to the movie of how the character would be from there. And since there were like a lot of jump scares in the movie, maybe it's always 50-50 chance of a certain mix-up with this character. She maybe hits you low multiple times or hits you with the overhead status multiple times. It's kind of interesting to see something like that. And maybe when she dashes away or pretty much is able to gain some type of mobility tool within her kit, she does utilize this black mist in order for her to teleport towards the enemy, and then also maybe that leads to a command grab of some sort, as you see within the trailer. Furthermore, the idea of a decoy mechanic, as we see in the trailer, there's two versions of the nun. Maybe she leaves a decoy somewhere and the enemy does touch it, she's able to teleport towards it and grab the enemy and put fear into their eyes. Another element that they do highlight within the trailer is the idea of people having visions. So maybe she forces a vision on the enemy, causing the enemy to be stunned, and they have to wait for the recovery time in order to attack once again, which will allow for combo resets and combo enders with his ability. The last idea I've got is for fatality. Maybe she places the enemy into a coffin and stabs them 100 times with her knife, or she does go in the coffin itself and pretty much twist the neck of the enemy, with all the hints of gore, violence, and all the things they do with the fatalities in Mortal Kombat. Obviously, there is a chance that it will occur or not occur, but the idea of this video is to suggest some characters and also their abilities they could use. In this case, the nun, and how her kit will work if she was ever introduced into the Mortal Kombat universe. But mates, as always, tell me your opinions and thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think about the idea of the nun being introduced into the Mortal Kombat universe, if that actually ever happens? And also, what other characters would you want to see as a suggested character or special guest character in the next Mortal Kombat game or the next NetherRealm studio game? Tell me your opinions and thoughts in the comment section down below. I would love to know. If you mates did enjoy this video, show your support by smashing that like button. We are aiming for 200 likes on this video. That'd be greatly appreciated if you do achieve that goal. And if you mates want to see more gaming content, movie content, and content in general by me on my channel, all you have to do is share this with your friends and hit the subscribe button to become a mate today. And that is all for this video. Over time to go, but don't you worry. Back very soon. Thanks, boys. We ain't seen nothing yet. In Mortal Kombat 9, we had the God of War character come to the game as a special guest character. The best-selling game at the moment for PS4 is Spider-Man. Can we see Spider-Man in Mortal Kombat? That would be interesting.